Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this morning? Good. So I promised you a part 2 today, and we're going to get into the second part of Samson's story. But before I do, every good show starts off with a recap of what happened last week, right? So last week, Samson and Delilah, Samson's girlfriend, is trying to get him to reveal the secret of his great strength. And what was the secret of his great strength? His hair. That's right. That's right. And when we cut off his hair, all the Philistines were able to come in and subdue him, and they took him into prison. Does anybody remember what happened to him in prison? He got his eyes poked out. That's right. They gouged out his eyes. So now we've got Samson, who's down in prison, and the Philistines feel like they have won. So what they do is they're going to have a big party. Imagine everybody in this building, or everybody crowds into this building, and they're having a big party, and they want to celebrate their victory. So what they do is they call down to the jail and say, hey, bring Samson up so we can poke fun at him, we can laugh at him. So they drag Samson up into the building, and they put him up in the center, and they're looking at him up there, and he's, his head's all hanging down low, and he's standing there. He's got no eyeballs. And they're talking about how their God has defeated Samson and his God, and they're rejoicing over all that stuff. So here's Samson, probably at the lowest point he's ever been in his life. And you have to remember back that Samson was somebody who was given all these amazing gifts. He was given all these amazing abilities. And did he do what he was supposed to do with those things? No, he didn't, did he? Instead, he did the things that he shouldn't have done. He didn't do the things that he should have done. So now, would you say that Samson is kind of getting what he deserves? Maybe, maybe not. But when Samson is down at his lowest, we have to remember that we serve a God of both justice and mercy. So what does Samson do? And this comes from Judges chapter 16, verse 28. Let me get my glasses. And here's what it says. Verse 28. Then Samson called to the Lord and said, "Oh, Lord God!" This man is so broken and he's so miserable that he screams out to God, "Please remember me. Please strengthen me only this once, O God, that I might be avenged on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." So, here's what happens. Samson's standing there, and he's pushed out. He's got his hands against these 2 pillars. Has anybody heard of what's called a load-bearing wall before? All right. What a load-bearing wall is in a house. You probably have one of these and you've never seen it before. If there's a wall that's in the middle of your house, that wall is very important because it's holding up the ceiling and the rafters. And if that wall was to go around and you think you're going to open up the space and make it a nice, airy, open floor plan, if you get rid of that wall, you're in big trouble because the ceiling's going to come crushing down on top of you. So here's Samson in this place, and he puts his hands up against these 2 pillars, and everybody's out there and they're all laughing at him, they're all poking fun at him, and he prays to God, "Give me this strength just this one time, just this one last time." And what do you think happens?
He pushes them down.
He pushes these 2 pillars down. And when those 2 pillars come down, the walls start shaking, the ceiling starts shaking, and it all comes crushing down on top of all the people, 3,000 people, and wipes them all out. So Samson gets his revenge. He's redeemed, and he's saved from all that misery. Now, let me ask you this. Are you like Samson? You don't think so? You might want to wait till the end before you answer. So we're all given special gifts. We're all given things that are unique to us, abilities that are unique to us. There are things that we know we should do. And there are some things that we know that we shouldn't do, that we do anyway. And what would happen if we all got what we deserved? We would be in trouble, just like Samson. But we all have the ability to call out to our God, just like Samson did too. Because here's the good news. We do serve a God of justice, but we also serve a God of mercy. And when we're down at our lowest, just like Samson was, and we call out to him, will be redeemed and will be saved, just like Samson. Now let's come up here. We're going to lead the congregation in the Lord's Prayer, and then you guys can head back to Children's Church. Circle, big circle. Hold hands. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done